At WWDC 2025, Apple ushered in sweeping changes under the new liquid glass design aesthetic, a transparent, depth-rich UI across all platforms. While the pundits await the AI wave, today we're focused on the unexpected hero, iPadOS 26. Apple has gone beyond cosmetic tweaks. They've borrowed heavily from macOS, and for the first time, even the iPad mini gets full access to features once reserved for Pro models. Over the next 3,000 words, we'll unpack 10 groundbreaking upgrades that bring the iPad within reach of full desktop-class usability. 1. The multitasking transformation. Previously, iPad multitasking felt fragmented. Apps launch full screen, Split View lives behind a 3-dot menu, and Stage Manager sits on the sidelines. iPadOS 26 restores order. Every app starts full screen, but now a resize tab appears, letting you convert it into a movable window. This window retains its size and position permanently, unlocking true app multitasking reminiscent of macOS or Windows. No app caps to the number of windows. Your screen real estate is the only limit. Thoughtful fallback options still allow full screen or Stage Manager modes, but this windowed experience is clearly Apple's new North Star. 2. App Exposé comes to iPad. The chaos of juggling dozens of windows has met its match. App Exposé. Swipe up with 4 fingers and instantly you have a desktop-like view of all open windows. Gone are the days of frantically swiping through full-screen pages or fiddling in the dock. This is arguably one of the most macOS-like improvements, letting you visually pick the window you want, an absolute game-changer for productivity. 3. Movie Star window controls. They might come off as cheesy, but the old Mac traffic light buttons, red, yellow, green, now grace your iPad windows. Tap the green to maximize, yellow to minimize to a dock icon, and red to close. This visual shorthand is intuitive and slick, maintaining a clean design that only appears when relevant. It's striking how much you'll miss these once you go back to earlier versions of iPadOS. 4. The cursor overhaul. If traffic light buttons were a no-go with the old circular cursor, now problem solved. Say hello to the new arrow cursor. Semi-transparent and modern, it delivers precision clicking and selects text fluidly. It finally feels right, bringing pointer interaction on par with desktop environments. 5. The Holy Grail, a real menu bar. Perhaps the most audacious change, iPadOS now has a menu bar. It's context-aware, light, and nothing like the cluttered macOS version. Apps show only their own menu controls. Swipe downward or hover near the top, and you can access File, Edit, View, Insert, or Help menus. This is a massive step toward bringing real app workflows to the iPad. 6. Files app upgrades. Files is finally closer to macOS Finder. You can drag and drop between folders, but more than that, you can now customize icons, apply color labels or emojis, and add folders to the dock for instant access. The new UI is snappier, more informative, and makes file organization feel much more natural and powerful. 7. Preview arrives on iPad. Preview is one of macOS's hidden gems, and finally it's on iPadOS. You can annotate PDFs, sign documents with Apple Pencil, edit images, and even scan documents directly, all without leaving the Files app. Having Preview on iPad removes lots of messy workaround apps and streamlines workflows in ways iPad users have long awaited. 8. Audio input for pro-grade recording. Podcasters rejoice. iPadOS 26 introduces a built-in audio input selector, just like macOS. Plug in USB microphones or external hardware and the system routes audio appropriately. It even offers noise cancellation toggles and device-specific volume controls. This is ideal for recording demos, podcasts, music, interviews, all inside core apps like QuickTime or other recording tools. 9. Smarter shortcuts. Shortcuts also see a deep upgrade with Apple Intelligence integration. You can build automations that combine audio and transcript-based lecture notes, or generate reminders for messages, as examples. While the interface isn't fully natural language yet, Apple Intelligence is seeping into shortcuts in meaningful ways, enhancing its reach without overwhelming complexity. They've also improved UI and usability to make it less intimidating. 10. Background task support. Finally. Arguably overdue, but deeply appreciated. Final Cut Pro exports, file transfers, downloads, or large uploads now run in the background, even if you switch apps or lock the iPad. This meets fundamental user expectations and aligns iPad behavior with what macOS and even Android have supported for years now. Bonus upgrades. Calligraphy pen. A gorgeous new brush option in handwriting apps. 3D graphing in math notes. Students rejoice. 3D plots can now be sketched and manipulated. Markdown import, export for notes, streamlining between plain text workflows. Accessibility improvements, better support for visually impaired users. Journal app arrives, encouraging users to log thoughts in a privacy-first environment. Messages enhancements, group polls, chat bubble effects, and backgrounds finally come to iPad messaging, catching up to WhatsApp and iMessage iPhone features. What's still holding back the iPad? Despite these leaps, Apple still keeps macOS separate, largely because it isn't optimized for touch. There's no multi-monitor support, and command line or profile tools still lags behind on iPad. Touch-first design makes iPadOS more flexible, but these remaining gaps mean it's closer, yet not quite a full Mac replacement. For many, it's enough. For others, macOS still reigns. Expert verdict. iPadOS 26 is Apple's strongest case yet for using an iPad as a laptop substitute. Its combination of genuine windowing, Mac-style navigation, modernized UI, pro-grade input handling, and robust multitasking is a meaningful reset. It's an impressive merging of tablet ease with desktop functional depth. Apple hasn't renamed the OS to MacPadOS for good reason, but for professionals and productivity-minded users, this feels like the tightest embrace yet between iPad and Mac ecosystems. The future. With M5-based iPads on the horizon and further OS refinements expected at iPadOS 27, Apple's roadmap is clear. Make the iPad a serious computing contender. We're likely to see file system depth, external display support, window spaces, natural language automation and shortcuts, and possibly even desktop-class Pro apps. For now, iPadOS 26 is a bold step, a preview of Apple's intentions.